Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to learn something new. That is about a programming software that will allow you to program over 1000 PLCs plus devices. If you wonder how, so stay tuned with us till the last. If you are new to our channel, so don't forget to subscribe our channel, hit the bell icon and like our videos. Your subscription will push us to post more content on our channel. The software we have brought for you is CODESYS. CODESYS is made from Control Development System. CODESYS is a type of software or IDE which is adopted by more than 1000 PLCs, devices, manufacturers. So what's the big deal? It means that if you learn using this software, you can program all those PLCs that are using this IDE. Good idea, huh? Some of the famous brands includes PLCs from ABB, Honeywell, Bedrock, TwinCAD, etc. etc. You can even install it on Raspberry Pi. Interesting. The great thing about CODESYS is that it allows you to simulate program with runtime program environment that is provided by CODESYS, and both the IDE and runtime is absolutely free. So without further delay, let's dive into the software and learn how to install and use CODESYS. Please note that we will take very simple examples just to demonstrate the application of CODESYS. For complex examples, stay tuned with us for future videos. So first of all, I will show you how to install CODESYS. But before installing the CODESYS, you will need to download the program. And to download the program, open your browser, write download CODESYS, open first link, then go to the store of CODESYS. You will find that there are two types of CODESYS available. Click on the download 64-bit or whichever is good for you, 32-bit. Create the environment, login, and then it will be easily downloaded. It's quite easy and straightforward process, so I don't need to go into that. You can do it by your own. So as I have already downloaded the CODESYS, let us see how we can install this CODESYS. So here we have the CODESYS software. You double click on the setup, and the setup will show you the prerequisites which are required. In fact, when I started this for the first time, it took more time for installing the Microsoft .NET framework. So what I did, I just bring the Microsoft .NET framework manually, and I installed it before starting the CODESYS installation. So you can do the same as well, or you can just allow CODESYS to install it by itself. So I will fast forward most of the process in this video. I started installing .NET 2015 or whichever version is required. So in this case it is 2015. Now once this is completed, you should wait for some time and it will be done. After installation of the .NET framework, double click on the CODESYS setup, and it will bring this window in front of you. There will be again some prerequisites which needs to be installed. Click on install, the installation will get started, and one by one everything will get installed by itself. By the way, it will not take much time. It will take even lesser time than the .NET framework. And once the prerequisites are installed, you will see another prompt, and you have to click next, then again accept the terms and click next, read all the information and click next, again next, click on complete setup and click install, and here we go. We have started the installation. It will take a little bit of time, and I fast forwarded this video, so you will have to wait for some time. In my case, when I click on install, and let me show you that what happens in the last. You don't need to do much over there. The finished screen will appear at the end. Click on finish. Now you can see on the screen we have CODESYS installed, the version 3.5, page 1, SPV13. Double click on the CODESYS this icon. It will open up the software, so you can see the environment, how this integrated development environment look like. There will be pretty much simple layout, and you can see there are new project development option. You can open the project You can open from the PLC directly, like we call it upload in some other Siemens and Allen Bradley devices. You can see that there is a very familiar type of menu, uh, file, edit, review, project build, online debug tools, and those sort of windows. Most of it is self-explanatory, and you can understand it quite easily. So let us first create our first project. I will click on the new project. When you click on new project, this prompt will appear in front of you. Uh, so first of all, you can see there you can create different types of projects or libraries. So in this case, we are creating a project. Later on, we will learn how to we can create libraries as well. There can be different types of projects, like empty. You can create an empty project. You can create only an HMI project, standard project with libraries and composite libraries and other types of libraries. But in this case, for this video, we will create a standard project. You should give it a name, and if you want to change the location or keep it the same, like documents of your computer. Now and click OK, and the project will be created in few seconds. Wait for it, and the new screen will appear. Now you can see that there are different options in standard project. It shows different type of devices. Right now we are using the development environment of CODESYS, so I will keep it CODESYS control bin v3. Then there are different type of programming languages, so whichever programming languages you prefer, you can use that one. For this video, we will select the structure text. You can change as per your requirement. Click OK, and in few seconds on the left side of your screen, everything will appear. You can see we have our project first project, then we have our device. This can be our CODESYS device, and in other cases when you are using some other devices, there should be, you can see that there should be a PLC name, like if you are using ABB PLC, PLC 500, or whatever is using this CODESYS environment, or Honeywell RTU 2020, or other devices like TwinCat. So you can see the name of those devices over there. Under the device, you can see your application, your program, and then the program, the library, and the task manager, like whichever task you want to run, it will be over here. The normal menus again in the same place. You can use that. Now first I will open the PLC program. In the PLC program, you will see the layout just like this one. At the top of it, you can see there are some variables declared for program, and in the bottom you can write down your main program, the function. Let's try it to write a very simple one. Count. In fact, we have some extensive libraries in CODESYS software made by CODESYS, as well as when you work with other vendor or manufacturers, you can also find the libraries made by them available for your use. But in those libraries already, the counters, the timers, the pulses, and those sort of stuff are already being made over there, and you can just drag down and you can use. But for this example, we will make a counter, like counter dot is equal to counter plus increment, so count incremented by your desired values. So we will create we will now this is very important. In Whenever you write something, the auto declaration window comes up over there, and you need to declare the variable. So now you will create the variable, and you can define the scope of variable, whether you want it a simple variable or you want it as an input variable. We will discuss this in details in our further videos, like why should I select one as a variable and another as a variable input. But right now I will keep it variable inputs, because this video is gonna go very long. So then I can select the name, I can change the name, I can keep the same, I can select the type of the data type. I can even define the array data types as well. You can initialize with some value, so you initialization area, you can write down those stuff, and then you can give it some address, and your comment as well, like whatever comment do you want, you can add some comment over there. Now second one, we got declaration. In that declaration you also have the same stuff. So for second declaration we have increment, and for increment I will initialize this counter with one increment. So every time the program cycle runs, it will be incremented by one. So you can increase this value, or you can define whatever value you need. So what you can see here, before when we didn't declare our variables, we had red line under our count plus increment. But when we declared those actually represent the errors. So when we declared those variables, now you can see that those lines goes away. After declaring the variable, we don't have any line, which means we don't have any error. What you can let me show you one more feature here. We can exclude anything from the build, like it will not be counted, it will not be used, it will be like, it will be dead, like no program or this application will not use that program or that folder, or you can exclude different stuff from there. Even when you assign your hardware, you can exclude something from hardware, the whole hardware. So this is one of the good feature. So let me show you. When you click on the exclude option, you go to the properties, you click on exclude, and then you see the color changes for PLC program. Let me remove the exclusion and come again. To make the simulation enabled, I have to go to the online, click on simulation, and yes, it has become now enabled for simulation. And this will allow me to test our program and see whether it has some issues or it is okay. Before we are going to log in into the program, we need to build this program, and you can find the top of the program that there is a build option, and when you click a build, it program will be built, and the messages which we see in the bottom will be shown, like the errors, the warnings, and the messages. So the errors are the most important. You need to remove the errors from your program before you go to the download or login situation. When the warnings can be like, depends on the type of warning, whether it's critical, whether it's normal. So you can depending on situation, you can leave those warnings, or you need to fix those warnings. And messages, that also allows you that the status of your whatever is happening around there, like your download is completed. And after enabling the simulation, click on the login option. Alt plus F8 can also be used, and you will see the prompt, a warning will come up. And remember that every time you need to, if you're new or even if you're working in critical environment, you need to read this prompt properly. So for me, we are quite used to it. Click yes, because we want to go to proceed with the download. So I will click yes, and after clicking yes, now as we are in the simulation mode, we have already logged in and we have no errors. Let us test our program. So to test our program, click on the line which you want to add a breakpoint. So for adding a breakpoint, you need to go to the debug option. In the debug option, you need to enable the breakpoint, and after enabling the breakpoint, you can step into the different step, and you can see that the counter will be increased by one value every time you step into it. Now you can see that we have incremented our values to till the 8, and now we want to reset it. So what to do is to enter the value inside the prepared value and write the value. You can see that the values is reset, and now you can do it again, like increment it. And you can also remove this breakpoint by going to debug, disable the breakpoint, and now you can run this counter forever, and it will run. You can see that it goes on, like every cycle it increments, and continuously it will go on. That program we so now we want to create another program or another counter, and we want to make it a double counter, and in that double counter we want to call this single counter. So one of the easiest ways to have this program in a function block, to change this program to a function block. So one of the interesting thing in course is you can just either write down here the function block and it will convert into the function block, so easy. Or another way is to just go to the right side and click on this option and double click here and click on select the whatever option do you want. I will select the function block and it will convert to function block, and when you come back you will find that the program is changed to the function block. And on the left side you can also note down that the program is changed to the function block. Now come again and you can change it to the program whenever you want, and you can easily change it to the program again. So that's beauty of this IDE, CODESYS IDE. Now let us create another POU, and that POU we will name it as double counter, and we will select a function block because we prefer to use a function block here. I will select a ladder logic, which is not very recommended here, but let's try with ladder logic. So in ladder logic we will try to call this single counter or our PLC program which we made before. You can call it from the POUs, or you can go to the PLC program in the left side and you can drag and drop to your this screen. Now name the variable as variable in output, and in fact a variable input, and name something like counter 1, and then add another variable as an increment. When you name it, it will show you a prompt auto declare. You need to make it a variable input and drag and drop the assignment over here, so it will allow you to make another variable, and auto declare will prompt up again. Name it whatever you want. I will name it counter 1, and you can see that we can duplicate it by double clicking here, and it's quite easy. You can just change the names of it, and quite easy. Counter 2. And one more interesting thing in the CODESYS is that if you want to add like you want to increment it by more than one, or like double increment, what you can do is just click on your variable and add +1, or you can even add some other variables like +5, or the CODESYS supports. So it's quite easy. You don't need to go into some other details or add some two increments or some two other variables. So it's quite easy. Just 8 +1 +5 +2, and it's done. So after saving this program, I'll close this program, and now I will go to the application, create a new POU, and that will be our main program where we will call these function blocks which we have already made. So click on the application, right click on the application, go to the POU, create a POU, and name it main program. Select the language, the continuous function chart, which is highly recommended language, very flexible, and you can add function blocks from the left side as well as from the right side. You can add a box over here. So add a box, and inside the box you can write your function block, whichever you prefer, or you can click on these three dots and go there and select your function block, and it will show you the details of your function block, that whatever parameters your function block have. Select, double click on it, or you can click OK and name it any variable. It's just a name. I will name it double counter 0, and now give some variable to your counters and your increment. Now assign variables. For the first one we will assign constant, and that constant will be like 5. For counter 1, let us add counter underscore 1, declare the variable. For counter 2, create counter underscore 2 and declare the variable as a variable output, an integer. And for we got it in the wrong place, so let's move it to the increment because we will need it in the increment. So how easy you can see that, how you can move from one variable to another one. Remove the unused pin, so other counters, internal counters are not used, so I removed those counters. Now we are good to go, and let us drop that main program inside our main task. So drag and drop this main program inside the tasks we have, and build the program and go to simulation option, login, and click yes. You will see we have no errors, no warnings, and program generated, downloaded, and build is complete. Now let us click on the program, click on the decounter, and toggle the black font so we can see each step going inside the program. Click on the run by F5 as well, and by clicking on the icon, and you can see that on every F5 or clicking on that icon, the values is increasing by 5 and by 6. And you can also try to go by the step in as well, so you can see inside the programs that whatever happens inside those internal counters, but for simplicity I will keep it like that. Okay, so one more interesting thing which I want to show you that the CODESYS has. So this brings us to one more interesting thing about CODESYS, and that's its visualization. So to create the visualization, click on the right click on the application and go to visualization. In the bottom, click on visualization, and it will add some visualization after some time, and you can see that we have visualization program, we have different other stuff, visualization manager. So straight away let's create a visualization. Let's create a visualization. When you open the visualization, on the right side you will find this toolbox, and it has different types of elements available which you can use as per your need. But you can see that there are some basic common controls, alarm managers, and device controls, symbols, all those kind of stuff. But for this example I will drag and drop the text field, and because we want to see the counter running, so you need to write over here the percentage I, and add a variable whichever you want to visualize. And here we go, we have already already added visualization for our one counter. Now we have to duplicate it and add another counter, and so easy to add a visualization inside the CODESYS. Now let's just try this visualization. Go with the download. I will go with the complete download. There are different reasons for this prompt, but that will be discussed in our next videos. So when you go to download, it will take a little bit of more time, and after that you will see visualization. It prompts that you need to start your program. So when you start your program, you can see how your counters are running, and you can note down how easy the visualization inside this uh, CODESYS program. You can just detach your visualization, and you can see and match with the program. Like you can note down the values, and those values are exactly the same thing which I told you, that there are different type of counters already available inside the. So these are some of the counters which are available in the library: counter up, counter down, and counter up and down, and it has its own functionalities like reset and those sort of stuff. And let me drop one of it so you can see whatever option are there: counter up, counter down, reset, load, PV. So let us play some more. We need to add some piece of program inside our main PLC program. I will add if count is equal to preset count. The count should be equal to the reset. And to declare the preset count, there are multiple ways, but let's try another one, and that is when you go to the top panel and you write down the preset count, give it some value, and whenever the count goes near to that value or equal to that values, it will become reset, and the reset value is also whatever you want, like you want to reset to 0 to 1. So we, in this case, we want it to reset to 0, so we have put 0 over here. Okay, so after declaring the preset count, you can see that the error is removed, and we will drag and drop another box. Now let me write down the PLC program here, and you can see that how easily it can apply the function blocks you have inside this box. So PLC underscore program, and the function block is here. Now give it some name, single counter, whichever variable it is. I will allow increment of 1. Now I will declare the reset variable here, reset underscore 1, and I will give preset count is equal to 50 as a constant, and the counter variable should be count underscore 3. So we have already two counter over here, and let us download it with the online change this time. Yeah, it gives us a prompt that there are some necessary changes which you need to go through, and yeah, we are sure we need to click OK. And here we go. We need to click on the toggle breakpoint, click yes, and again F5, or you can click the icon and it will go till 50, and you can note down after 50 the preset count, it will reset to our 0, and you see here it is reset to 0, and now again you can go from 0 to 50 and it will reset again. So our this functionality is working fine. Now let us try something more and add another if statement. If the reset is equal to, for example, 1, and then count should become 0. Like we want, if we click on reset or we enter reset value to 1, the count should become 0. So it's sort of resetting it by yourself, not by based on the preset. So let's try this one, how it works here. And in fact I need to change this reset over here because it will confuse you. This is actually the set value we want, the value being set after preset count is reached. So this could be set value, and another one is now the reset. And let us save the program, and see the interesting thing you can see over here, that when you click on the reset pin, it will show you the other pins which are over there added, and the set value comes here, and the preset count already over there. Now we will add a set value over here, and set value should be like 0 or 1, whichever value you want to set after the preset value is reached. So I want it as 0, and the reset should remain the reset here. Let me adjust this variable little bit to the back position. Build the program, and you see that the program is built properly. Now click on the login. Yes, we need to change to stock mode, login with the online change. Okay, yes, we want to go inside the PLC. Now click the toggle button and go to the reset value and write some values over there as a reset. We want to make reset as 0, write prepared value is 0, write the values. Let's run the counter. Now let's run the counter. The 50 is the reset value. So click start, and you will see the counter is running. It's up and running, and it will goes from 0 to 50 and come again to 0, and I'm actually toggling it so it is under the control. It is not going as fast as it can be. Now when it goes to it completes one cycle and it goes to some certain value, we will try to reset it by writing 1 inside the prepared value and hit the right value option, and you can see your value is reset. You see the count value becomes 0. Now again we disable the breakpoint, we let it run continuously, but before letting run it continuously, let us add some visualization for resetting it. And for resetting visualization, let us add some labels for whichever counter we have. I will drop a text label counter 1, change some fonts and colors and sizes. You can see that there are different types of headline, the title, the large headline. I will keep the headline. Let's change this to a large headline and click outside and it will change to, no, actually we made it a headline, so headline works better for us this time. Duplicate the values, copy it or paste it, and change the counter names, counter 1, counter 2, counter 3, and again duplicate your text values as well, and just change the counter variable over here. From the right side, go to the text variable and change count underscore 2 to count underscore 3, or browse here and find your variable, and that's it. Let us add a button for the reset. Do some adjustment over here, and to see its values, let's copy this one. So we also want to see the reset value, like whether we upon clicking this button the value gets changed or not. Change the input configuration on the mouse click on build, login again, click on this button, and you see the reset button allows the counter to run, and then when you click on again it will reset to 0. Click again and it will allow to run. So that's it. We have completed our video for today. For more videos, stay tuned. If you have liked this video, hit the like button, and if you have some comments, drop it in the comment section. Thanks for watching our video. See you in the next video.